It's been almost a whole month since Comedy Shaman went to the loony bin. And of course, we know from last episode that what drove him there was something called, and I hate even saying something like this, the Dabbleverse. Now, these Dabbleverse guys have been giving him so much trouble that he had to commit himself. Imagine, I mean, this dude's addicted to the internet. He hasn't been on for almost a full month. You know it's something serious. But I feel like there's sort of a little secret going on. I feel like there's more to the story that we haven't quite picked up on yet. And I think I know the truth. I think I know the secret. Now, I have two theories, but one of them is supported by mounds and mounds of evidence, and the other one is just a feeling. Either way, I'm going to say it like it's true. I'm going to say two conflicting theories like they're totally true. But first, let's go to a little bit of evidence. Here's Shaman. You may be familiar. Shaman did a little thing called a shaving stream. Now, nobody asked for this. Nobody wanted this. It was just a decision he made on his own. And this is what happened. There he is.
Who made YMCA?
The village people.
Yeah, it's kind of village people.
Yeah, he's like the Indian in the village people.
I knew this was coming.
That's right.
It's kind of like a leather-clad biker in a way.
Jesus, that's not good.
It's like
It's cool. It's cool.
like if Freddie Mercury was trans.
God.
Like the scat bro, life at the outpost.
Not more masculine than Freddie Mercury? Come on, guys.
Oh, I'm just saying if he was trans.
I think he's saying Freddie Mercury if he was masculine.
If
Like,
he
that's-
was. Now, okay, now this is an interesting thing. So in this stream, as it goes on, Shaman starts to have a bigger and bigger crash out, even though shaving himself on stream was his choice. And I think what's happening here is we're watching a ritual take place. Now, as long as we've known Shaman, I think you guys can agree with me, henchmen, right? Like, have we ever seen him sans goatee until this moment?
Not contemporaneously.
He's been like dusty.
Yes, he. This is like a baked-in feature of Shaman. If I were to draw a picture of him, I wouldn't know how to do it without his pussy mop. So, I thought while I was watching this, I was like, this is like an important haircut. We've spoken about this entire concept before. It's a woman thing. When women are going through a psychotic phase in their life or through large changes, they have what's known as an important haircut. Keep that phrase in mind, an important haircut. This is an important shaving. And this is a feminine thought to have. Now, of course, you can get your haircut. You can change your hairstyle whenever you want. But doing it on camera and doing it in the middle of a meltdown, and most importantly, doing it mere moments before announcing to the world that you're headed off to the nut house means something. That's a clue. Now, when I start putting it all together, when I start thinking about all of this, I realize something. He's getting rid of his facial hair. Why would he do that? And then it hit me. Shaman's been talking for a long time about this sort of feminine other, okay? He says that it's very important for a man to be in touch with his feminine. Now, in my world, being in touch with my feminine means my wife gets a little something extra that night, okay? She gets to enjoy herself too. It's not just for me. But for Shaman, he doesn't have a woman. And every time he's had a woman in his life, that woman turned out to be a guy. So
Only it had been his perfect woman.
Well, listen, I'm not saying the guy's on an elevator right now, but I'm saying he's been gone a while. Okay, perhaps the elevator stopped. No, I believe he got on the elevator one day. The doors went ding dong, opened up. He walks in. It's one of those mirrored glass elevators. You know, he sees himself all around. He starts checking himself in the reflection, and he starts realizing that the woman he was looking for was inside him all along. And for once, it wasn't with her cock.
Now, how about some Troon stuff?
You got it, buddy. Let's go.
The man knows what he wants.
Happy to be here, everybody. H2BH, I am your host, Jesse PS. This is the program. You've joined PODAWFUL. Welcome, Henchman. Thank you for joining me as well.
Hello.
Hi. By the way, Henchman, welcome once again. I hope you have manned your battle stations, because it's happening. We're in it. This is the Goon-to-Troon pipeline.
It's never come up before, but it is now.
It's happening, officially. And it couldn't have happened at a more hilarious time, quite frankly. Now, this is something that's happened a million times over the years. There's something about a goon where the longer we cover them, the longer our 5G nodes are connecting V2K style to their brain, they start over time slowly trooning out. You've all seen this. You've seen it. You watched it happen in real time as you grew up along with me watching Chris Chan as he slowly morphed into the beautiful woman he is now, Jesus Christ, and we congratulate him on that. Alpha Shane says, you trying to make this dude off himself? Granted, I support clowning, stuttering John and Aaron Imholt. This guy just seems legit fragile. Well, you're a loser and a dork, and you're the reason that anything bad might ever happen to this guy, because it sounds like you're part of the, and I hate to say this again, Dabbleverse.
He's part of the problem. We're part of the solution.
We're part of the final solution to this problem. We are here to save the man, and I can prove that, and I'm glad you brought this up. And to any other henchmen who have potential problems or questions about this, feel free to chime in. Of course, you can call in over at podawful.com/cult if you'd like to talk about this in depth. You join the call-in channel. We'll drag you on air. And I would love to go over this with you. I've got proof that all I've been trying to do this entire time is help Shaman, no matter how much he fights me on it. Now, before he left, we're going to go through all of the evidence of what's going on. But here is my theory number one. Theory number one on what's going on with Shaman is that Shaman has officially trooned out. And he's not just in a mental facility or anything like that. He's off to have the surgery done, okay?
I'm about to bust. Go!
He's going in there. They're spreading him out. You know, they've got his feet up in the stirrups, and they're giving his genitals what's known as the turn.
It's the turn! It's the turn, my friends!
Okay, a little
because
bit of,
it's the turn, my friends!
Like cockwork.
Like cockwork, just like cockwork. So they're scrambling him. They're sort of scrambling him. That's theory number one. We'll talk about theory number two a little later in the program. Now here, theory number one is the one that I have a lot of, evidence to support. Theory number two is gut feeling. It's just pure instinct. And I tend to be right about these things. So it could go either way, but it almost certainly must be one of these things. Right before Shaman left for wherever he's gone to, he put out a video called Happiness. Take a look.
Hey guys, I just wanted to talk about happiness for a second, because I've struggled with happiness myself, and I think I finally figured it out.
Perfect.
Happiness.
By the way, you can tell he's figured it out because of the gloomy nature of this video, the horrifying lighting, the fact that it looks like
chiaroscuro portraiture.
Yeah, see, the fact that he might be actually under the floorboards for this video for some reason. I'm not exactly sure what's happening there. But basically, if you are looking for the key to happiness, you've come to the right place. H2B.
This guy's got it.
Oh, this guy's got it in spades. And when I say spades, I of course mean the type of content that Shaman likes to watch and the type of pain he experiences.
Is something that lingers. It doesn't come from joy.
Someone in chat, Boat says, I think he's probably in heaven. No. I don't think the Dabbleverse or that guy, what was his name? Alpha Shane has gotten to him just yet.
And joy can come from sadistic acts. It can come from benevolent acts.
Whoa.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm talking about happiness. Which
penis.
Oh.
You see? Okay. You get it? Penis.
Kappa penis.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about happiness, which is that lingering feeling that comes from making memories with loved ones. So, if you're struggling to be happy, find your loved ones, go make memories with them, be vulnerable.
Whoa.
I can't emphasize that last part enough. Be vulnerable. It's fucking hard.
Yeah, well, it's worked for you so far.
I know. Trust me. But that's what I try to do with you guys. I try to get vulnerable every time I get in front of this camera.
Now, again, one of the last times Shaman got vulnerable on the last episode of the show that we covered this, the way he got vulnerable was by showing the pegging porn that he was jacking off to live on stream. It's one of those brutally honest, vulnerable kinds of moments you want to share with your family.
What I try to
It's
do
one of
with
those
you guys.
penetratively honest moments.
Mm-hmm. It gets right to the core of things.
I try to get vulnerable every time I get in front of this camera, because I know that's what makes magic.
True.
Next time, love you.
Now, that's an interesting little video there, because if you read between the lines, I don't know if you hear it the way I hear it, but the way he says, happiness is this particular thing. And it sounds like he's trying to define it in a very narrow way that perhaps the word happiness isn't quite the right term for. Actually, it's something fleeting to him as well.
It can come from sadistic acts. It can come from benevolent acts.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing to say, right? And I'm realizing he's just looking for the right word. And the right word he's looking for here is dysphoria. Shaman has been experiencing dysphoria. He doesn't know. It's not that he's looking for happiness. It's that he's trying to cut out dysphoria. He doesn't, as an egg, he doesn't have the terminology for this. Okay. Transvestigation complete. So how do we make Shaman happy? And I think I know the answer to that. I think we've been treating him, excuse me. I think we've been treating comedy She-Man in a very inappropriate way. Okay. Now, I've long been trans rights on this program. You guys know that about me. I'm for anybody doing anything goofy with their genitals. I've always said that. All right. Just about anything. There's such a thin line you can cross on that one before I'm out. But it's way down there. Okay. So I believe that, number one, if we want to help Shaman, if that guy from chat wants to help Shaman, Alpha Shane, then what you need to start doing is using the correct pronouns. Thank you. Thank you.
It does fix everything.
Thank you. Alpha Shane says, correct, I'm a proud dabbler. Shun. Why
Attack.
Why would anybody want financially stable fans willing to
I don't think he's a real dabbler.
Willing to support content that they find entertaining? Also, a big problem with that. I'll gladly address this with you. And again, feel free to jump on air with us. You don't have to keep sending money to say this. I don't require handouts from your SSI checks in order for you to speak to me. It's not really something I'm not Mersh. Okay. But let me address the root of evil in what you've said there. Content that they find entertaining. That's the problem. You shouldn't. I don't think you do, quite frankly. I don't think that is entertaining content. And now I know what you're saying. Oh, you don't get to this. It's not an objective thing. I know what I'm feeling from it. Okay, well, Shaman knows when he's feeling dysphoria and when he's not as well. Do you agree with him on all of these thoughts that he's having about his feelings? Listen, there are outside objective things that counteract opinion. And what you're really experiencing when you experience the things that you enjoy about the Dabbleverse are two things. Number one, euphoria, the opposite of dysphoria. It's sort of a trans-style enjoyment going on when you're sitting there watching Aaron Imholt or Dabbleman or whatever, John. Dabble John, what's his name? And then the other...
Old Grunky.
Oh, yeah.
Dodo the puppet.
Yeah, when you're watching Dodo and Begaw and Meemaw. So, and Redwood Steve, I think, was one of the guys. So you're experiencing euphoria, which is trans. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But let's be fair. There is an entire section of the Dabbleverse that Shaman was getting into before he left called the Transverse. That means there's enough trans people in this tiny little pocket of internet to create their own separate pocket within that pocket. And there's
subculture.
And the other thing you're experiencing when you watch it is a thing called nostalgia, because you remember a time when shock jocks and Opie and Anthony were a thing, and you listened to the radio, and you weren't 65 years old. Back when you were only a spry young 45 years old. And I got bad news for you. In both cases, those are mental illnesses. You should be locked up with Shaman right now. Nostalgia is a mental illness, okay? And that's 100% true. I can't even explain it. Like, it's not something I'm willing to get further into. But nostalgia, 100%, is a thing that you dwell on, obsess over, and you see this in everyone else's nostalgias. When you see someone else enjoying something that stinks, it's almost always that they had a nostalgia for a thing from when they were a kid. And in your mind, you go, it's time to grow up. And I agree. It just goes a little bit further than that. It also goes into the things you enjoy. You know, these things, they're fine. They can be transformative. They can be inspirational and all of that. But nostalgia itself is a sickening and wicked mental illness, and you have to be very careful with it.
Thanks to Awful Tech, I've got more time to spend with my family.
Thanks to Awful Tech, I can breathe again.
Thanks to Awful Tech, I can hang with my friends, feel young again, and live my best life.
Talk to your doctor today to see if Awful Tech Capsule Concepts is right for you. Visit awful.tech to see more.
By the way, someone in chat said the Big Shaman shirt is an excellent t-shirt. Go grab it at awful.tech. If you remember, here's my nostalgia. Big Johnson t-shirts from the boardwalk. Okay, your mom and dad would make you go and look at these shirts and you'd be embarrassed. You would be 5 years old and you'd be like, why are you making me read bad words and see big titties in cartoon form on t-shirts? Well, it's back and it's got more dicks on it than ever. Ladies and gentlemen, the Big Shaman Elevators t-shirt. Grab yourself one or any of our fine merchandise, including hats, over at PODAWFUL. Sorry, at awful.tech, rather. Awful.tech. Do we still have PODAWFUL.shop? I wonder if that one still works.
I don't think so.
Someone might have stolen that one from me by now. I really don't know. It's a very real possibility that I forgot to update that one. I own way too many URLs. Don't go snooping. Anyway, awful.tech for that. By the way, nostalgia, mental illness. Here it is right here. This is a thing. This is a true belief. I'm not just saying this because this guy in chat is saying he likes a Dabbleverse, all right? I truly do believe this. This is something that I have been railing on for a long time. You have to try to cut as much of that out of your life as you possibly can. Now, let's go back to my comfort character, Comedy She-Man. All right, so here's how you were wondering if I was trying to help the shaman situation or if I was trying to hurt her. Well, here's the proof that I was trying to help. Take a look at this.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pour all these into one bottle and go flush them, right?
So I found out live during this stream that Shaman has been taking way more drugs than we initially thought. Now, we all knew it was bad, obviously. We knew that there was no way that he was fessing up to everything he needed fessing up to. But what we didn't know was that it was actually so bad, he's doing things like muscle relaxers. I asked him in this stream, I was like, what do you need a muscle? You don't have like a job. What do you need muscle relaxers for? What do you have like some
and you
sort
have
of
the body of an African child?
Well,
so
that
you don't have any
also.
muscles to relax.
Well, listen, if you were an African child, wouldn't you want a little bit more relaxation in your day of laying around in the sun and having flies eat your eyeballs?
Yeah.
So anyway, Shaman, I said, I don't think you need these muscle relaxers. I said, what else are you taking? And it was just thing after every few minutes he started coming up. Well, actually, I'm also taking this. I'm also taking this. He had pill bottle after pill bottle. Now, some of those pills were his goofy brain medicine, Wellbutrin. And I specifically said, now, I'm not talking about that stuff, okay? I'm not going to try to, I don't think that's good for you. I think that does mess you up worse. But I'm not trying to get you to kick that cold turkey. That'd be crazy. But things like muscle relaxers that he's claiming he's using to get to sleep. And by the way, in conjunction with sleep meds, if you take sleep meds, you're a drug addict. I've got bad news for you. You know how I go to sleep? I close my eyes and it just happens. It's like magic. Ooh. I drift off the la la land. People, do you know how often I've heard in my life, how do you sleep at night? Like a baby. So it's not hard, okay? Sleeping is like the easiest thing. It's built in. You don't need a drug to make it happen. Anyway, I told Shaman, you got to flush these. Not the Wellbutrin, not the brain drugs, but all the extracurricular ones. Gotta go. So he starts mixing them all together in a big pill bottle and take a look at what happens.
We have to see him go down the toilet. You know that no one's going to believe you if you don't.
Right.
I'm saying that for you. People, you're going to be disappointed if you do it and people don't believe you. Toilet time, everyone loves toilet time.
By the way,
Take a poop while you're in there. Enjoy yourself.
By the way, I got to be clear. This is, how deep into this are we? We're an hour, 34 minutes. This has been a very long conversation up to this point. This is not like a rash decision. I'm not forcing him to do this. I've given him my point of view, and I've given him a list of pros and cons of doing this and said what I think. And he just agreed with it. He decided that he thought that was I had made a good case. So he's choosing to do this on his own. I can't obviously force him to do anything here. And which pills go down, I have no control over. I don't even know what he's putting in these canisters here. But here's what I do know. And this was the major case I made to her in this moment. I said, beautiful female comedy shaman, comedy shamina. I said, here's what I know. Every addict's solution to drugs is always more drugs. And so every time you've ever said you're going to quit a drug, you start taking another one to try to quit it. He's on gabapentin to get off of alcohol or whatever that one does for you. I don't even remember. You know, he's got to get off of meth or whatever. He takes Suboxone. There's always a new drug. I said, the only time I've ever seen a junkie kick the habit was by kicking the habit, was by going cold turkey. So that was my major push for this. And I truly want to see him stop doing drugs. They get in the way of me making content.
You piss on the pills. Yeah, piss and poop on the pills and let us see the pee and the poo-poo.
I don't know about all that, but just be like a flex on the pills, take a piss on them.
At least let Avon see.
Make it look like a corn cob, like a turd covered in little pills.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like an art project.
Yeah.
He's very determined right now, I gotta say.
Yeah, he at this point, and it took some convincing, but he was 100% in on this plan. Like, he believes me. Yeah. He believes in the plan. He thinks it's a good idea. Unfortunately, after the fact, things went downhill fast. And I mean real fast. He was ready to throw me under the bus.
You could take the poop out of the toilet and, like, stick the pills on it and make, like, a face. It could be like a Mr. Potato Head.
Alright.
And say, I'm a white slave while flushing them, says In Disguise.
Yeah, he's locked in, they say.
These guys makes me really think.
Stop it. Oh, even if it was.
So the audio cut out there on his stream, but what he just said there was, there's this person in chat the whole time named Indie Skies, and they were saying funny stuff over and over again. They just said the white slave thing. Now, Shaman just said that he's got a theory that because that person is so funny, that they must be feds. Now, if you don't know, feds is the troon that Shaman was quote-unquote catfished by, but really he just fell in love with a troon. And he has never gotten over her since. It has led us down this entire garden path of the Goon-to-Troon pipeline. I believe the true nature of feds has brought out the true nature in She-Man.
I got excited, very excited to see all of this.
So he's in every shadow along the way. He sees his hero feds.
Fuck, who cares, dude? It's not. I know who that.
Feds must have a dynamite man pussy, they say in chat. Yeah.
Is
the Trooniverse.
As far as we can tell.
Listen, I've never seen proof of a pussy at all. Are we talking bussy? Maybe. Pussy?
It might have been dynamited.
It's a question mark block Super Mario style at best. Maybe if you punch it hard enough, a pussy appears.
It's somebody that's funny.
But there's a piranha plant down there for sure.
Yeah, well, they're just saying things from PODAWFUL. So yeah.
Oh, come on. You can't take credit for fucking everything.
Saying I'm a white slave is something I made Lance do while licking a toilet. I can take credit for that. I did that. That's a me line.
Shaman's new thing, he hates that I have done stuff. So anytime that it's something that I've created, Shaman, one stream before this, stole a joke of mine, got called out for it, claimed I didn't invent it, and then couldn't even explain what it was. That's about to come up here in a second. And it's starting to make me realize that maybe there's another option of what's going on here. Maybe this isn't just as cut and dry as the Goon-to-Troon pipeline. It's not as cut and dry as my other secret theory. It could be that Shaman is actually not online because he's currently suffering from something known as Crowder-David's disease.
Dreaded affliction.
And if he comes back wearing diapers, we'll know for sure. That is a phrase that Shaman thought he had just invented or something. I don't know what happened.
Just like Crowder David's when you said that one and then tried to do the hoo-hoo.
Yeah, that was pretty mean, Shaman. You kind of stole that.
I didn't even know it was from you. I stole it from.
PODAWFUL takes credit for everything when it literally is something that
I stole it. Well, I stole it from somebody else, bro.
You stole Crowder David's from someone else?
Yes, it's somebody that actually was in the chat.
All right, here's a toilet.
That's not hot. You don't. Then that would mean you don't even know what Crowder David's is.
I don't. I'm not even going to pretend. I know it's something
Oh my god, that's my joke.
All right, here we go.
Oh, jeez.
Now, just for your edification, we in the Discord, while this is happening, can't see this live. We're like on a delay, having to watch it on the stream. So we don't yet see the succulent turd morsels left in the toilet. I know everybody must be sitting there right now going, turds, there's poop in there. Why is there poop? We'll see it in a second. Give us a minute.
Turn the camera on in Discord too.
It's all right. We can see it on the stream.
Yeah,
there's turds in there. Why are there turds in there? What the fuck? There's a little, yeah, he's alive. There's a little flecks of poop on the seat and everything.
Look at all those. Ew. Look at all those.
All right, I'm a white slave.
It's pretty filthy.
That is disgusting.
Okay, so he's look at all those. Now I did look at all of those. I started thinking about it after the fact. I go, I don't know what he just flushed down this toilet. Who knows? Yeah. This could have been anything. And it turns out
that bottle looked like supplements.
Well, it turns out you can identify a pill very easily by the way it looks. So I did a little research on these pills.
All right, here we go.
Gotta brush and clean that too, Shaman.
Oh shit, some of them stuck.
That is not cool at all. That toilet.
I will take care of that.
That's not a party favor.
What if your psychiatrist comes in and sees this and makes you take them out of the toilet?
Okay, so his stream cuts out a little
I
bit
just
here.
flushed like over 100 pills.
He goes back to his room. Now remember, he's living in a halfway house. He's sharing this place with other junkies.
And you guys don't understand the importance of yoga probably, but like for me it's really important. I'm not gonna sit here and say it is for you guys, but for me,
no clue why he's talking about yoga here. All right. So the stream cuts out. We don't know what's going on with the yoga. But I do know what's going on with the pills. Now, if you saw the pills briefly there, can you describe the pills you saw?
I saw some blue ones. I saw some yellow ones. I saw some white ones.
What shape are the blue ones?
I think they were just capsules.
A little bit.
They were little. Yeah. They were little round ones. Little round.
Oh, okay.
Ones, okay. Now there were some capsules in there. Those were the more yellowy ones. All right. Well, okay. I started thinking about this. I started looking up. I go, is that what a muscle relaxer looks like? I don't know. Now muscle relaxers, these are kind of, these are so genericized. They come in all shapes and colors and sizes. Things like that.
Sure.
Be pretty hard to identify. So then I thought, maybe I should go about this a different way. I thought, what could these be that would explain everything? So I looked up what do trans people hormone pills look like.
It's estradiol, isn't it?
And it turns out they look like little round light blue pills.
No.
And it turns out you don't just take one specific kind of, like there's a bunch you got to take. You got to take the puberty blocker ones and the hormones, and there's all sorts. It's a cocktail of stuff. And it turns out the other one is like a little half yellow capsule, and the other one are the white ones. I think that the entire reason for Shaman's crash out and subsequent dysphoria was because he was no longer taking his nostalgia meds. Let's call them.
Wow.
Okay. Nostalgia.
Now, obviously, pills can come in all sorts of shapes. Or it could be other stuff. It just so I thought to myself, I don't know what those look like. What do they look like? Now, I've seen the bathtub hormones, of course. I've mixed them up myself in a bathtub with a can of beans. But I've never seen the official stuff. These were he had the pill bottle. These were official. He wasn't getting these from Keffel's Discord server. He's not one of her good kittens. Okay?
It didn't have the male symbol in the front.
Right. It didn't look like something Austin Powers would pop out of a cigarette pack or something. So I just thought about it. I looked it up. It just so happens it perfectly matches with all of the pills that you would be on. if you were trying to scramble your little boy blunder into a beautiful woman's begonia.
Asunder.
Bad guys who like to loot and plunder. So the yellow capsule is the gabapentin. Maybe, again, maybe. LOL blue chew for a guy to mail halfway. Yeah, they're saying it's blue chew. Could be blue chew. There's a lot of options here, but combined with some other intel I have, seems likely that this could be what happened. Again, theoretical, but also I'm 100% certain and convinced. By the way, what did he say about the yoga and stuff again? Something about, he was talking about yoga.
It's really important. You should do
Okay, well, let's see some yoga then.
freestyle with PODAWFUL right now.
No thanks. I would like to see you do some yoga.
That's a good idea too.
I did some for Feds, and she wasn't very appreciative of it.
I know, I saw it. That was very good.
I respect.
It's in the red room. I was actually surprised at how flexible you are.
All right, let me see here. 1 second. I have to rearrange them.
Give all the other fellas a show.
His downward dog is like... You'd be surprised how bendy this guy is.
Let's see here.
And by the way, listen, to me, yoga is like a female practice, by the way. So this is already very feminine coded.
JC says pharmacy school. I've thought about it, but like the thing is I'm scared that I would like, go off the rails for real.
In prison. Yeah.
You go to jail so quick.
That's what I'm saying.
And by the way, look at him next to the door and the height.
And am I good in the
He's
picture?
got a little bit of the pregnant belly.
All right, here we go. Here we go. He's going to do some yoga for us. And oomalaka, hoo ha he. Oh! So he turns himself into a little kidney bean. I don't know what that was. He touches his toes by bending his knees. And he does a little crawl
I have to
forward.
make do because it's not the room here.
All right.
Hey, country girls make do.
Doing some country girls make do. Oh my God, look at the strain on his face there.
Yeah.
Look,
He's sagging his pants for the homies.
All I'm saying is if I'm right and he's going the route I think he's going, you would like to see that. Am I right, fellas? You wouldn't mind seeing a face like that in bed, would you? You wouldn't kick him out.
Hey, country.
See, at first you look at that back, you're like, no, that's like the way a fat girl arches her back in bed. But then he's got it all figured out.
Girls make do.
The veins are moving in the right direction.
Oh yeah, baby. And then we get a little wee. Ooh, he's struggling.
Huzzah!
So we get a little sag after a move here. And as he tries to keep himself up on one hand, it's a struggle. By the way, Shaman has been, gleefully telling us he's the strongest and biggest he's ever been. He's so ripped. He's so muscular. Big. Watch him as he struggles to keep himself up on one hand here. The absolute redness of his face, the veins, the vascularity popping. He almost fell.
Yep. He's not really maintaining the angle that you need to for the yoga.
Well, the angle of the dangle is inversely and equally proportionate to the heat of the meat, and that's something you must always keep in mind. Oopsie, and he can't do it. By the way, this is if you wanted to be gay in Nazi Germany, this is how you had to stay in. Heil! And nope. Oh, we're going to go one more time. Here we go. Ooh, boy.
You really got to look at that military flat top.
This kind of reminds me when those black guys are all humping an ottoman with each other.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know what's happening here.
He's just a bug now.
At this point, we're just in the receiving position. Okay.
He's doing the cicada position.
Oh, I know what happened. He's facing east. It's Mecca high time. Thank you, Allah, for giving me the ability to flex on them haters. By the way, we're just sitting there in Discord watching this, like trying not to die, of course. And one more for the road.
Some cheeks puffing.
And as he said, yoga's always been very important to him. And of course, if you'd like to see, whoa,
Trying to get it all on the screen.
Ooh,
some belly
belly bump.
dancing. Yeah, is Shaman pregnant? Maybe she's actually made the transition entirely. If you'd like to see more Shaman style yoga, you can do it in the red rooms too.
That was just a short version.
Short version. Shaman,
Put it all out.
everything you do is a short version. We'll be right back after this.
Support the show. Join the Pizza Fund. PODAWFUL.pizza.
Pizza.
PODAWFUL.pizza.
All right, we're back. So, join the Pizza Fund, PODAWFUL.pizza. Get this full episode over in the Pizza Fund, $12 level. Get access to all of our premium episodes, plus banned episodes, things that are no longer allowed on YouTube, or at least not on my channel on YouTube. And a lot more pre-shows, pod after shows, bonus shows, tons of stuff over in the Pizza Fund. PODAWFUL.pizza. Hope to see you there in just a bit. But before we go, let's make sure we know for sure what's going on in Shaman's head. How do we know that that's what he's thinking about? Well, the final stream before he left, the very last one, was a stream called Solving Depression. This guy's got the answers, and he's giving it away for free. Let's take a look at Solving Depression and see what Shaman's got to say.
But my depression is it stems a lot from identity.
And it stems a lot too.
Yeah, wait, but hang on a second. Yeah. Identity. Now that's a key word if I've ever heard one.
Trying to build my identity.
Trying to build it. You're a 30-something-year-old man, Shaman. I mean, you're usually there by now.
And
a stylist.
In the
The cracks
past,
are showing.
my identity was largely built from drugs.
Perfect.
And black people.
So here's the deal. Shaman has, for days at this point, he's flushed down the drugs, whatever those drugs were, and now his identity is breaking down, and he no longer knows who he is. He has to find a new identity now that those drugs are gone. And of course, he's been complaining nonstop since flushing them that I made him do that. He's blaming me for everything. I go, what are you blaming me for here? You getting better? Like, yeah. And I said this to him too before he flushed it. I said, he was crying about the withdrawals. I said, no withdrawal you go through will be as bad as continuing to do the drugs. And that is the entire thought process of every junkie is I don't want to go through pain for this little bit of time. It's too much pain. So instead what I'll do is I'll spread the pain out over my entire shortened life. It's like the most illogical, stupid thing. Always pleasure, never pain. Always pleasure, never pain. So that is what convinced Shaman to try out my methods here. But something below the surface must have been happening. And I think here he explains it.
I've been lost with my identity. I've tried to make this my identity. And maybe that's wrong.
This thing of ours.
Yeah, he's talking about streaming.
I don't know. Because I love doing this. I love doing this. I love you guys. I really do. But there's a problem.
Oh.
There's a problem.
Okay.
I've let myself become the bitch of Jesse P.S. And I still fucking have not just that. I let the red rooms and the fucking first catfish video become my identity. And I seem to have become the guy that got catfished by a train. And I don't even have anything against trannies.
Oh, really?
I love them.
You what? Okay. He loves them. So how do you get back when you I really want the henchmen out there to picture this in their heads. Okay, close your eyes and think. You are now, your identity to the world is you were catfished by a tranny. How do you win? How do you fight back against that? And there's only one move. Become the trans. So it was right after all of this stuff started going down. Right after Shaman accidentally revealed his proclivities on stream, that he introduced a brand new co-host to his show. And that co-host name is SISSY.
What's up? All right, we have a new format, as you can tell. I have a co-host with me. Here on my right is Zoe.
Or Zoe.
And we're going to be covering some content from, the Kiwi Farms verse, the Dabbleverse, and the Black Sector even. So
he's so in love.
Without further ado.
I have seen this look in his eyes before, and it's the last time I saw it is when Feds was co-hosting with him. Now, SISSY, aka Zoe, by the way, not Sissy's name, it's not Zoe, it's Zoe, but for some reason Shaman's already got a pet name for SISSY. SISSY is a member of the cult. You might have heard SISSY as, hanging out with us here on air during shows. SISSY, I don't know where it came from. I don't know how it happened. Out of nowhere, started some sort of relationship with Shaman. Now, when I say a relationship, I'm not trying to make it sound like anything that it's not. They both claim they're not romantic in any way. SISSY apparently has a husband. But in the same way that Hugh has a husband. Some guy But anyway, I like SISSY, by the way. I don't like SISSY the way Shaman just said he likes sissies, but I like SISSY's a good Deuterino, whatever you're supposed to say here. I don't know how to address this.
All right, bud.
When this show came out, we're all flabbergasted by this. This was out of left field. SISSY's taking over the entire Shaman experience. Now, in this moment, SISSY unfortunately does not have their microphone working.
Zoe, is there any input you want to add to before we get started?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Hello? Okay, I'm sure that was really good and funny. But clearly Shaman, whatever SISSY was saying, Shaman was loving the shit out of it. He's got a shit-eating grin on his face. Look at that. This
he is
dude,
milliseconds away from a goblin laugh.
You haven't seen him this beaming in so long. And I don't think it even is necessarily an attraction. I think he's looking over here and seeing his potential future.
I got excited, very excited to see all of this.
And somehow in this one stream that they managed, I think they did a couple of streams together, but this is like the one big one that they did together like this, all set up. SISSY has taken over the show entirely, running roughshod over Shaman to the point where SISSY now makes all the money from Shaman streams. And we're going to go over this entire thing. We are going to talk about my other theory and more secrets of the Shaman Trooniverse coming up in the Pizza Fund. Join it. We'll be live over in the Pizza Fund in 2 seconds. PODAWFUL.pizza. I hope to see you there. And until next time.
Be there and be square.
Please
Sorry, nigga.
I'm Tom Gully, and you're watching Is This Live, the show.
This content right here
On the PodAWFUL TV network.
is pizza funds only.
PodAWFUL.pizza.
This shit is beefer. You're listening to Howdy Do with J. Crew.
PodAWFUL.pizza.
We got shooters in these streets.
Nigga. Breathe deeply with me. I'm gonna channel SOPHIA together. I'm gonna tell a little bit of the story of SOPHIA. In the beginning, you had the pleroma. Pleroma was the entirety of everything. The multiverse and so much more. Because we live in a world where there's mirroring reality. Reality where I'm not a fuck up. Not a fuck up. I didn't fuck up. Much shit. Anyways, there's realities where you guys do different things. Where you're the version of yourself that either you wanted to be or were scared of being. It all exists. But all that multiverse was contained within the pleroma. So much more. We have negativity in the chat. That's okay. I want you guys just to breathe deeply. No longer a fuck. I'm a loved entity. I'm loved. Deserving of love. Deserving of affection. So are you guys. I need you to believe. I need you to believe it with me. You guys have self-love and compassion for yourself. See, they're saying this is a bad bit, but this is my spirituality. Right? At the pleroma, at SOPHIA. SOPHIA got bored.
SOPHIA.
The one day she created her own world.
Oh, really?
She accidentally created this.
I have a feeling we may know.
Created Yaldabaoth.
Shaman's
And now Yaldabaoth
name.
was an abomination contained within 4 dimensions.
Clay is now his dead
Pleroma
name.
being 5.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yaldabaoth
introducing
decided to create his own followers. So Yaldabaoth created his own followers. That was the demiurge. He doesn't want me to put on